Ta-da! Welcome to another exciting lesson of converting fractions into percentages. Yay! Hello, I'm Mr. K, and I'm a cartoon goat that likes to explain things. So today we'll have another look at converting fractions into percentages, right? So, what is a fraction? What does fraction mean? This is the time when you should pause the video and try to explain what does a fraction mean. As a bonus point, what does percentage mean? What's the same? What's different about them? Pause the video, and as usual, I shall wait. To explain what is a fraction, what is a percentage, what's the same, what's different. Are we ready? Let's go. So the answer we were looking for was, of course, that fraction means sharing into equal parts. 3 to 1, can you repeat? What is a fraction? Fraction means sharing into equal parts. And percentage means a fraction with the denominator of 100. If that was your answer, that's absolutely brilliant. 3 to 1, can we repeat? Percentage is a fraction with a denominator of 100. It's important because a lot of people think about percentage as something weird, something different, and something that isn't fraction, whereas it's not true. It's one of the ways of writing down a fraction. And we use percentages because they allow us to compare values easily. And yesterday, we had a look at converting common fractions, like, for example, 1/4 into percentage value. Do you know what a percentage value of 1/4 is? That's the time to pause the video. And if you know that it's 25%, that is absolutely brilliant. What's the value of 3/4? Pause the video. And if you know that it's 75%, that is absolutely brilliant. Now, these are the very common fractions like 1/4, 1/5, and 1/3. We should all be very familiar with these. And 1/4, as we said, is 25%, 1/5 is 20%, and 1/3 would be 33 and a third of a percent recurring. Now, some other common fractions would be 1/10, 1/20th, and 1/25th. All of those are a factor of 100, so finding a percentage value of these shouldn't be a problem. Now, this is the time to pause your video and try to find the percentage value of these fractions. 3, 2, 1. Pause the video, and I shall wait. And it's answer time. If your answer were 10%, 5%, and 4%, you're absolutely correct. Those are all percentage value for these fractions. So really well done if you remember them. These are very common and we should just remember them. They will help us in finding with all the other percentage value of fractions that might have a different denominator. But we're not going to talk about those fractions. Today, we're going to have a look at fractions with denominator which aren't the factor of 100, which aren't multiple, and it isn't as easy to divide them. So today we're going to do something slightly trickier, and that's perhaps enough of rubbing out. Let's move on to here. And let's have a look at this table. Okay, so let's imagine a class of some children. There is a school and there are 3 classes. Okay, now we know the total of the children in each class, and we know the number of girls in each class. We don't know the number of boys, but we do know the total. So if I know the total, the whole of a group, in each, I will know the denominator, and the number of girls will be the numerator because they are part of a group. So let's say that I could, for class A, there's 5 girls out of 12, therefore 5/12 is the fraction. Now I would like to ask a question, what is the percentage of girls? Now, if we look at the denominator of 12, that isn't as easy because 12 is not a factor of 100. I can't multiply 12 to make it exactly 100. It wouldn't be as easy. And I can't divide 5 and 12 by, because 5 is a prime number, isn't it? Therefore, I can't use the usual strategy of turning the denominator into 100. But because I know that fraction means sharing into equal groups, each of the fractions is simply a division problem. So, and if I know that percentage is a fraction with the denominator of 100, I can use the always method of dropping the fraction, multiplying it by 100, which will give me 500 over 12. Now, the way I record 100 is 100 once, because 100 is a whole number. That makes sure that I know that I just need to multiply the numerators and the denominator stay the same. So that's the always method. Drop the fraction, multiply it by 100, and then you turn it into a division problem. Now, because fraction means sharing into equal parts, that is a very nice division of 500 divided into groups of 12. Now, I will use a long division, and because I'm not super great at my 12 timetables, I can build a tower. What's nice about this strategy is that because I've already multiplied it by 100, the answer, my quotient over here, will already be a percentage. Therefore, I do not have to worry about place value as I would in any other strategy that I might use. So very simple, 2-digit divisor, 12. I have a 12 times table over here. I can't fit 12 into 5. Therefore, I will treat hundreds and tens columns altogether, how many 12s goes into 50 tens? I can go 1, 2, 3, 4 groups. That is lovely. So I will put 4 as the first digit of my quotient in the tens column. 4 times 12 gives me 48. Just so I can see the remainder, I prefer the long division column. That is my subtraction. I have a remainder of 2, which means that now I'm looking over here. That's 20. I can only fit one group of 12 into 20 because 24 would be too much. So that's 41. 1 times 12 gives me 12. 20 take away 1 gives me remainder of 8. Now I could have carry on with my long division, but now that will give me a remainder. And here I really want to slow down because we have hundreds, tens, and ones column. Because here I have a remainder of 8 and my divisor is 12, I could say that I have either a remainder of 8, but that doesn't help us. But because I still want to divide 8 into 12, I can just simply write it down as 41 and 8 twelfths as a fraction, as a mixed number. I'm writing it down right here. And now I could know that because 8 twelfths could be simplified by dividing it by 4 into 2/3, and 2/3 is equivalent to 33 recurring times 2, my actual answer would be 41.6. So the percentage of girls would be 41 and 6/10 of a percent. However, that is irrelevant. What I want you to remember is that if we work out 2 places, we really don't have to worry about the place value in most cases of anything going after ones. So I can round it down into 41%. Now that was a lot of calculation, wasn't it? So I will leave that now, and I would like you to work out the percentage value of 5/8. What would be the percentage value if you know that using long division and fraction means sharing into equal parts, that would be the same as 5 divided by 8. So first I need to drop the fraction, then I need to multiply that fraction by 100, which is 500. I need to fix this. 500 eighths, and now I can record it as 500 divided by 8. Because I'm not very good at times tables, I should build a, do you see? That should be 24. I should be building a tower. That should be enough. And I wonder if you could find the percentage value of 5/8. Okay, and let's go. So I'm dividing 500 by 8 because any fraction is a division problem. I multiplied the fraction by 100 because percentages are a fraction with the denominator of 100. And I'm just going to go and ask myself a question. Could I fit a group of 8 into 5? No, I can't. So I have to treat it as, can I uh, fit a group of 8 into 50 tens, which is 500? Could I? Yes, I could. How many groups of 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could fit 6 groups of 8 into 50, which is 48 tens, which leaves me with group of 2 tens. 0 drops down. 2 tens makes 20. Could I fit 8 into 20? Yes, I could. I could fit 2 eights into 20, which gives me the, an answer of 2. 2 groups of 8 is 16, with a remainder, oops, of 4. A little pause over here. Do you see how long division makes that division very easy for me? I know it's a lot of writing, but it really helps me with my subtraction. I can see it. Now, once again, let's stop over here because this is the ones column and I have a remainder of 4 and 8. Yes, I could adding on zeros. I could add a decimal point, but now because I know that I have 4 eights, that the remainder is equal to 4 eighths, which I know is 1/2, which I know is 5/10. So that's 62 and 5/10 of a percentage. Therefore, in class B, the percentage of girls is 5/8, which is 62.5%. Now, I will leave class C, which is 3/7, as a challenge for you, and we will talk tomorrow. With that, I shall leave you. Toodaloo.